Alrighty there, good evening everybody. My name is Jerry. I have just finished up installing the Mazda AIO Tweaks in my 2018 NDMX5, running the firmware version of version 74, which as far as I'm concerned, even on their own website, is not supported. But you know, the previous versions, you just be able to plug in a USB and then it'd just be straight away. And you know, this new way of doing it is, you know, similar to that as well, but you just need some extra files on there. If you can see, I'll go to my settings to show that I am indeed running the latest firmware, or I believe the latest firmware version of 74NA, which is a little bit funny because I live in Australia, but I just ripped this firmware version off the internet somewhere. And basically what this allows is that for you to do a lot of more modifications. As you can see, I've got you know, my own customized background here. You can have it as a wallpaper, and most notably the best app that this mod allows you is just this speedometer app, where, as it says, you just give you a digital readout of the speed along with other interesting other useful information like engine RPMs, GPS if you're into that, you know, idle times, run times. Fuel gauge is reading 0 right now, but that's because it's not on. When I turn it on a little bit later, you can see. And you can also toggle between different settings and information. For example, here we go, we've got intake, altitude, whatever you need that for, coolant as well. So it's just basically, you know, where a lot of people have to put in all of these extra pods for these information. It'll be right here. So this video is going to be broken up into two parts. The first part is going to be what software you would need on your USB. It's just going to be a normal USB, but I'm going to run through which two softwares you would need. So the first would just be the USB hack, which is here, and I've got a link to it on the forum as well. Basically, this hack allows you to access the kind of like to allow you to have root access through the USB port by pretending that it's an MP3 file, which you know, I'm not even going to pretend I know how that's going to work. So you know, I just take it as it is. But yeah, essentially that'll be able to give you some options that the developer had already predetermined, but it also gives you access to the terminal, in which, if you can put in a code, will read the rest of the files on the USB to be able to download and install all of your Mazda AIO tweaks. So to begin, you just want to go to this page and then download the here we are, download all of these you know, kind of codes. So that just be this button here, and you would just download zip, and it will give you a zip file. That's that one there, Mazda Connect 1 root main, and you want to unzip it into just a separate folder, and you just want to just leave this here for now. We're going to be copying the contents of this folder into our USB afterwards. And after that, you will also want to download the Mazda AIO setup. Now, as far as everybody knows, this project has pretty much been abandoned. So you might find that, or you will find that, if you try to open this application while connected to the internet, it'll spit out an error, and you'll basically not be able to, just like this, yeah, caught unhandled. I'm not too sure what that means. So basically what you want to do is you want to get this set up. From the website. So just as the AIO Tweaks. So yep, you just go download here, and then from there you got to find which one is yours. So for Windows 64, that just be the setup. You got Mac, you got the 32 version, and you got Linux. Basically you want to just download that, but before you install, you want to disconnect yourself from the internet. So I will go ahead and do that now. Go to settings, show global networks, disconnect from that. And basically once you disconnect from that, the app is no longer able to run its checks to see that it's no longer valid. So then you just be able to open that up, I think. Yep, there we are. Now this is very important for the install. On the side here in the install options, you need to check this box, build run.sh. This will just give you a separate folder in which you then need to, depending on which firmware you have, you will then need to modify to be able to run with the CMU inside the car. I'll explain what I mean a little bit later. So for the purposes of this install, I'm just going to load my last compile. You can see there's a lot of different kind of edits here, just touchscreen while moving, reverse camera, main menu loop. You can have your own backgrounds, your main menu tweaks, and disclaimers. You can get rid of that. It's just a whole bunch of like little OEM plus life upgrades kind of deals, so that it feels a little bit less laggy, at least to me, and then it makes it a little bit more interesting, and you get the speeder app. So yep, you want to just go through these settings, see which ones you want to, which ones you don't, and then from there make sure the install options, the build.run.sh option is ticked. Apart from that, all else is the same. So once you're done with that, you can just go say start your compilation. There we go, writing on run.sh. And then yep, so right now I don't have a USB plugged in, but if you do, it will automatically copy to it. But if you don't, that's fine as well. You can copy to it by yourself afterwards. So yep, after that, just click OK. It will say that it's a success. Exit, and then you're pretty much done with that. And what that would give you is this new copy to USB folder here, in which you want to put these two back here. So those are the two folders that you want, and then from there you just go grab any USB stick that you have. On the forum they've said that the quality of these do in fact matter, so the more known brand the better, I suppose. But then what you want to do is plug it in and then give it a quick format, so that anything that you have had on there before, make sure you don't need it anymore, because formatting it will delete it. But it's best in these kind of installs to just have a clean slate. So I'll just go ahead and quickly format this now. You can label it whatever you want. I've got labeled Mazda, that's what they recommended there. So yep, just a quick format. Click OK, format complete, that's good. Close that, and then basically navigate back to your new USB, which should be empty at this point. Alrighty, and from here, what we want to do is to copy the contents. Oh wait, no, before that, actually, if you have a firmware version 70, or even 59, I suppose, 70, then you don't have to do anything else. But like me, if you're on the latest firmware, which is 74, you do have to go to the copy to USB file and find this run.sh file. And from this run.sh file, you want to open with Notepad. Yep, there we are. And that'll just bring out all of this garbled text, but you don't need to worry about any of it. All you need to do is search, so that'd be Control F, and search for -EQ space 70. Once you find that, it will bring you down to the bottom over here. So if you're on phone, this is just the checks and balances kind of thing. If you are on the latest 74 version and you do not change this code to 74, it will not be able to download it. So yep, once you find and I think that works for other firmware versions as well, I think 59. So once you find it, you can just say cancel. And then from here in this code, just change that 0 to a 4. No, not 45, 4. From there, just go back to File and Save. And then close it just to double check. Open it back up again. Do Control F, -EQ 70, find next. Nothing comes up. And if you go 74, go find next, and it's down there. That'll just be the code, ELIF, yeah, all that kind of stuff, 74. So once you've got that down packed, that's all good with these two folders. You open up your USB, and then you want to just copy everything inside, the contents, everything inside, over to the new USB. There we are. Make sure to copy the contents inside of these folders and not the folders themselves. If you, for example, if you just copy and drag that over there, it won't to be able to do anything. So yep, just open that up, just like that as well. Control C. Back over this side, Control V. This one would take a little while because this is all of your modifications. Okay. And that is basically it. Your USB is now ready to plug into your MX5. So I will pick that back up afterwards. Alrighty, so now that you should have all of your contents inside of your USB stick, go ahead and safely eject this one. Pull it out. And you push it to the side, get into your MX5. This is where you would need a keyboard as well. So if you can see, I've got a little USB keyboard dongle there. I have my keyboard over here because you will need to type in some code. Nothing hard, but you know, there's no keyboard on the screen for you, so you will have to use your own here. And after that, basically turn it on to accessories. So that'd be 2 pushes, and wait for the system to, because I've already done this, none of the warnings, the disclaimers come up, but you want to get it running for a minute or two, so that the CMU and all of the software kind of settles down. And from there, you want to plug in your USB stick to the top there, and wait for it to recognize. You see USB 1 Mazda recognize. From there, you want to go into your music options and click onto the USB 1 Mazda. Now, if you've done this correctly, it will try to, read what's on the disc, and then bring up this menu here. Once you reach this menu, you can just click on the top here, Open Terminal. It says here, Open Terminal in 20 seconds, and it's got the kind of weird engineer window at the back. I've actually had to use this before to update the software. It was like a whole bunch of voodoo that you had to do down here. But afterwards, that should pop up. So after about 20 seconds, that should pop up. Sorry, I didn't capture that. I'll just press cancel or previous. Yep, open terminal. And then that should pop up. Give it 1 second. There we go. And from here, you have all of these kind of toggles, speed, developer mode toggles. I'm not too sure what they do. But one of these is for you being able to use the touchscreen while you're still driving. Now, the AIO Tweak mods has that kind of included in it, so I wouldn't worry about that if you're doing this with the AIO tweaks. But if you do want to have the ability to just only mod it so that you can use it while you're driving, then that's all that's required. I'm not too sure which one it is. You gotta find that one out. But for those that want the AIO tweaks as well, just click on next, and the terminal one here, it'll open up the terminal. There we go. And then you should give you a slash and a hashtag. I know it's really hard to see. I'm not gonna be able to get this to, wait, hold on, to focus. Yeah, slash hashtag. And now from here, you want to type in this code on your keyboard. This code will be SH, so that'd be SH. Double check on there. Yep. Make sure you type slowly. If you input it too fast, then these are pretty slow. They won't recognize. So that'd be SH space MNT. MNT slash SDB1 slash run.sh. So that'll be just a little folder, the run.sh, that we needed to compile with the rest of the that we ticked while in the AIO app, and that we also modified to make sure that is compatible with our OS 74 version. So afterwards, you just press enter, And if you're always correct, it will just spit out some code. And from here, you will begin downloading the all of the tweaks that you've wanted. There we go. That's the AIO Tweaks, versions 2.8.6. And then from here, it'll ask you for whether you want to confirm. Now, officially, the 74 OS is not confirmed to be compatible, but I've been using this for about 2 days now, and I haven't had any problems with it at all. So I can firmly recommend it, especially if you're out of, say, warranty as well, like I am. You know, there's not really much to really lose at this point if you do break it. I mean, you know, obviously you'd have to, you know, be able to, you know, go and fix it somewhat. But yeah, we're just less risk adverse. So from here, it'll just keep spitting out some boxes. You don't need to do anything, and it shouldn't take too long before eventually it'll just tell you that it's done and whether you want to factory reset it or if you just want to reboot it. If you're changing some certain settings, like I think one of them was that you needed to reboot and factory reset if you were changing the text response. I've never really texted anyone from my car, so I wouldn't know. But yeah, basically from here on out, it'll just be able to tell you that it's going to do it. And from there, that's all good. It's happy days. Now, I do have to credit the two people on the forum that I had gotten this information from. So I think that'd be on the Miata forums, Yorkfield X and Bulb Manda. It's all linked on there on the bottom of this video and in my Facebook post. So yeah, I just want to thank them for being able to get this, finally be able to make this easy enough so that somebody like me is able to install all of these tweaks. I'll just give you a quick description. I'll just quickly show you what it looks like once it's finished installing. I'm not too sure how long this will take. Yeah, there we go. To apply remove message replies, tweaks you must perform restore all factory settings. It shouldn't take too long. I've installed this a few times. That's the thing as well. Unfortunately, if you do want to change the settings or the tweaks that you have applied, you will need to go through this process again. It's pretty simple. All you need to do is just you know, get that USB and then, you know, perform the compiling in the application MSD AIO Tweak application again, and then just copy those to the USB. So basically what you've done so far, just rewrite it. You don't have to delete anything. You don't have to you know, make sure that, you know, they don't compile on top of each other. Just basically what we just did, and just do it again basically. Well, yep, there we go. That's the end of the installations. Give it a K, and I'm just going to factory reset just to make sure all of my bases are covered. And from there, it will just reboot and give it a second. And then, yeah, you'll be able to have all of these new features. And there we are. So, you know, I think the time's a little bit out of whack. And, you know, if you had any phones connected or anything specialized, you'll need to reset all of that. But that can be done really easily enough. So once you go to applications, Bring it out. There we go. Speedometer, AIO Tweaks. You can see that I can keep on rotating this if I need to. There's a bunch of stuff that this is, capable of doing. It's just making sure all of the animations is not as long. You can play video. It's extensive what this Mazda AIO Tweaks can do. So just have a play around in that, see what you want, see what you don't want, and from there it'll all be good. So for example, if I go into the speedometer and then I start the car, so temptedly reset. And then from there you can see, make sure I'm in neutral. And there you can see it's giving me all of these readings. Fuel gauge 50%, that's more or less accurate. Over there, outside temperature, I didn't even know that there was a thermometer outside. And you got the RPMs that, if I give it a few revs, it correlates with where it's at. And from there you can change all of these, intake degrees, but altitude, all these kind of good things. 40 degrees, and that's more or less accurate there. So yeah, that's pretty much this install just from top to bottom. If you have any questions, just put it on the YouTube comments below or in the Facebook post. I'll try my best to answer. I'm not too sure what I would come up with because I just followed those 2 pages on the forums and was able to do it. So if you do have problems, I'm not sure how much I can help. But in any case, hopefully this was of some use to you and eases some of your minds, because with modifications like this, they can go hairy sometimes, and then they cost a lot and are extreme hassle to fix. All right, bye bye, thank you.